We've made it to Sarajevo, a fascinating city with so much culture, history, and diversity.
We walked around the historical Bazaar
And stumbled onto the coolest street rave party ever.
We experienced local culture through food, architecture, and religious sites.
We learned about the country's poignant history.
And went up the Dinaric Alps surrounding the city to get these incredible views.
Where we also explored an abandoned hotel.
Before celebrating the new year with the rest of the city.
On approach to Sarajevo, we got beautiful views of the mountain range surrounding the city.
The clouds trapped by these mountains leave Sarajevo perpetually gray and snowy. I was not expecting this much snow, to be honest. Hope these Solomons can function as effective snow boots.
We first walked along the Miljatka River.
Bosnia. Looks like a mosque.
Yeah.
We learned quickly that Bosnia is a predominantly Muslim country, one of the very few in Europe.
We stumbled upon the National Theater, which was beautifully lit up for the holidays.
You did it!
Like, clench my butt cheeks.
We then made our way to Bazaar. But first did a pit stop in this city market that has been around since the 1800s.
Unfortunately, we came a bit late, so half the stores were closed.
We did another pit stop to check out this Christmas market. You did not see that.
We got a first taste of Bosnia's diversity when we passed by Sacred Heart Cathedral with Ferhat Pasha Mosque right across from it.
Soon after, we crossed the Sarajevo Meeting of Cultures. This line signified the meeting point between the old and modern part of the city, and between two of Bosnia's historical periods under the Ottoman and Austro-Hungarian rule.
I have like a bazaar.
Oh, bazaar. Yeah.
I was loving the vibes here. It felt like a cross between Europe and the Middle East.
Speaking of diversity, we tried this rolled pastry with roots from Central Europe.
It's like melted. The whole thing came out. The whole Kinder thing came out.
Just like eat from the bag directly.
This is weird.
We washed down the sweet treat with some Bosnian coffee, which was very similar to Turkish coffee.
It's like we're back in Turkey. Are you sure it's not just eat it? Because of the Turkish delight. We continue to explore the bazaar, going down these small alleyways.
Before reaching the bazaar's mosque that is almost 500 years old.
Which led us to the main square, with the famous Sebilj Fountain right in the middle. Look where we are.
I'm pretty sure there's like a common expression.
I do wonder what it does mean though. Babe, you can take the AA out of the something, but you can't leave the... I don't know. This is the Bosnian national dish. It's literally called the Bosnian stew. Speak all the Latin that you know.
I know. You know that thing on like PowerPoint or words?
Yeah. It's a whole like paragraph. It's not an L, right? Something poi, something.
At a Muslim majority country, you know the shisha would be good.
And a good remedy for watching your team lose.
On the way back to the hotel, we heard what sounded like a street party, so walked over to check it out.
Oh yeah! What sounded like a street party turned out to be a full-on rave in the middle of the street, with lineups of international DJs doing full sets. Her name is Sarajevo, like Sarajevo.
We were stoked to see that Topic was in the house, the street tonight.
Sarajevo, how are you doing? Are you ready to jump? 1, 2, 3, let's go!
We've been to raves on the beach, the desert, and in a wave pool in the middle of a water park, but this is probably the coolest venue. And it was free to the public.
This was a full takeover of Sarajevo's busiest street. Topic rolled out one of his most popular songs.
It wouldn't be a rave without some Avicii.
Sarajevo, who remembers Avicii?
Sarajevo really goes hard to celebrate the holidays.
We headed back to the hotel after the rave ended, full of anticipation for what the New Year's celebration would be like the next day. Look at this mofo. Look at this, guys. What are they doing? How cold do you think this water is?
You wanna try?
Alright, be right back.
We returned to the rave venue the next day.
This is the morning after. Cars back on the streets. Garbage truck around. And tonight's gonna be even crazier. Expectations. Reality. Oh, it's so sad. This is supposed to be one of the tourist spots. Because right now I'm behind stage. We're starting our day off today with a traditional Bosnian breakfast.
We came to this local spot for some burek. We just love the energy and chaos of the place.
Burek is a flaky dough stuffed with minced meat. Best enjoyed with a dollop of yogurt. Numb?
I want another one.
Seriously? We'll order another one. We'll get one with like yogurt on it.
It was heavenly. I loved the crispiness of the dough and the savoriness of the meat, and the yogurt added a refreshing lift to each bite.
I like saying burek.
Is that your new favorite breakfast item?
No, it's not really favorite. Still prefer roti canai.
Is it breakfast? Okay, look, because it so resembles roti canai in my opinion, that to me it's yes. Definitely a breakfast item.
I think like by the sheer amount of people that were going there, feels like it could be. If they're open all day, then it's not a breakfast item. But if they're open just for breakfast,
No, I think they're open all day.
so it's definitely not a breakfast.
In my mind it is. Because of the resemblance to roti canai, and you eat that for breakfast, so. We spent the morning roaming around the city and watching the locals go about their daily lives.
It is unfortunate that we came during the winter season. We'd love to come back during the summer to experience the city with the Dinaric Alps as its backdrop.
Nevertheless, it was still great to come during the winter season where there were far fewer tourists, and perhaps witness a more authentic side of Sarajevo.
I also think that the snow and ice adds quite a bit of magic to the city.
We warmed up with another cup of Bosnian coffee before heading back to the center of Old Town.
With so many beautiful mosques around, it was easy to forget that we're in Europe.
The Sebilj Fountain was just as busy in the daytime as it is at night. The mosques here are of the traditional Ottoman style and reminded us of the ones that we saw in Istanbul.
We finished up our walking tour and headed to the more somber portion of our trip.
We've come to the Tunnel of Salvation to learn more about the siege of Sarajevo and about the larger Yugoslavian war.
But what I want to show you here is actually this on the concrete. Have you seen this before in the city? Maybe something like this.
No.
So this is what we call the Sarajevo Roses. This city was regularly shelled and bombed with different means, but especially mortar bombs almost every day during the entire siege. The daily average of bombs launched on the city of Sarajevo was over 300, but the highest recorded number in one single day was close to 4,000. Every neighborhood of Sarajevo was occasionally hit with these shells, and in many of these places, of course, people died. I already mentioned how many people lost their lives. I already mentioned that many of them were children. Keep in mind the children of Sarajevo who died during the siege.
Civilians who lived in the area would have to traverse through these tunnels to avoid snipers during the siege from the Serbian forces.
What's your weapon of choice? Maybe right, it says love.
Use my hand.
Your love is your weapon of choice.
Keep in mind, I remind you, it's about 160 centimeters tall, and some of them would have to crouch completely down almost to that knee-deep water in the worst case scenario, when it would take an hour to go through the tunnel, even though it's only 800 meters or half a mile long.
We learned so much about Bosnia's history and its complex demographics. The country is a mix of three ethnic groups, the Bosnians, Croats, and Serbs, each with their own religion.
We had the opportunity to go through these tunnels ourselves.
What'd you hit? You needed a helmet, didn't you? We are just innocent. Sarajevo, actually, yeah, I mean, the civilians were a combination of the Bosniaks. The the Croats, and even the Serbs themselves. So I'm just here to get some hookah tobacco and bring it back to our home, the main city.
Despite many atrocities committed, essentially everyone got to keep a piece of Bosnia for themselves. A political system that is extremely rigid, extremely complex and layered. A country that has, according to recent estimates, just about 3 million population, but way more politicians than any country realistically needs. A system that barely works.
We were driven up Sebilj Mountain as our tour guide shared more about Bosnian history and politics. It's absolutely fascinating and kind of reminds me a little of Malaysia, where there are also 3 large ethnic groups, but only one prime minister.
We were taken to this lookout point above the clouds that had been blanketing the city to unveil this breathtaking sunset.
So those 2 hills are called Hum and Žuč. Those are the 2 hills in the north of Sarajevo that were actually liberated by the Bosnian military in late 1992. They pushed back the lines of the siege further from the northern city area behind those hills over there.
We were brought to this abandoned luge track, which was used when Sarajevo hosted the 1984 Winter Olympics.
For separate events, just like... No, not yet, unfortunately.
Not yet.
A few medals as Yugoslavia, but as Bosnia, not yet.
The mountain was a winter wonderland. The tour guide took us down this path to an abandoned hotel.
You good? Move this branch. You okay? Go that way.
And to the secret spot with this view.
This ended up being a really cool part of the tour. What do we have here?
Dubai chocolate and handmade soap.
Compliments from
The hotel. Whoa, this looks legit.
that last one. You ready for the new year?
Yeah.
Ready for DJ something?
Can't remember.
But first, food. We passed by the National Theatre again, this time with a live stream of an orchestral performance.
Okay. Okay, I'm so excited for this. Seriously, it smells delicious.
Gonna try the sauce and the bread. Oh, thank you. Cream cheese, I think, not sauce.
Number 13, okay?
Really? Sausage?
I might need to order more of this. Well, try it. It's really good. So good. What do you think? Are you sad?
People had already started celebrating the new year. We appreciated how readily available fireworks were. Are you getting more flashbacks? Chinese New Year, what was it? More 2020. You wanna do it? Why not? Come on, let's do one.
I'm good.
Really?
Okay, yeah, I still have like trauma from the last time. Yeah, it's quite pricey.
I want to get these rockets.
We decided on late night coffee before joining the New Year's celebrations.
What's up with Europe and Dubai chocolate? Like, I remember in Amsterdam, it was like all the craze.
Love it here.
Hi everybody, welcome to my last dessert meal of 2024.
This is Dubai chocolate cake and Americanos. It's the best seller of the shop apparently because we were here, 5 people ordered it and I was standing there getting anxious. Wow. I prefer the hotel chocolate.
Okay, at least you said we tried it. Happy New Year. We came back to the main street just in time for countdown. It was much more crowded than the night before.
Even though it was really crowded, it was special to ring in the new year in a city that we've come to learn so much about.
How are you holding up, babe?
I'm getting small.
Okay, Happy New Year!
It's already New Year?
Yeah, what did you know us?
Oh. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year! With an early morning road trip planned the next day, we headed back to the hotel.
We knew very little about Sarajevo before arriving, but it has pleasantly surprised us. We would love to come back in the summer to experience a different side of the city.